This week during our class we covered Summer of '69, so we're going to revise it now, just go through all the chords, all the rhythms, all the steps. It's a really cool song, and hope you got your PDF in front of you, your file with all the chords and the notes. It's over 2 pages, this one. The one is the lyrics and the second page shows you the chords and the rhythms. And let's kick off with the introduction, with the part that I'm sure you're familiar with, that part there. Now, first of all, I'm just going to work through the chord shapes. It starts with a D5, so let's focus on your fretting hand. My fingers are numbered. Try and use the same finger numbers as what I did. This is your D5. The 5 means power chord. This is a normal D. If you prefer a normal D, it's not going to influence the chord at all, because you're only strumming strings 4, 3, and 2. So if I focus on the strumming hand now a little bit, you're going to notice that I'm playing from the 5th string down, so slow motion. You'll notice also there was a bit of a hop. There was a small movement like that. You're going to see it again. And the little hop gives us the accent or the louder beat. An accent is the louder or stronger beat. You can see the hop there. Now, to get that working from the dynamics, from the loud and quiet, in other words, we're going to let your palm lie on the strings so that the strings are normally muted. You can hear the strings muted there. If I lift my palm off, big difference in sound change, eh? So this is bad and this is good. And to get that loud one, we actually lift the back of the hand. If you can see the hand lifting there in the corner. Now, on the counting, we're working with 4/4 timing, so you're counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and the reason why I went loud on the 1 and 2 and is because those counts are the accents. So that's where we play loud. And you'll notice on your PDF file, that's where you've got 3 notes, not just 1. So as you count 1, you go loud. The and 2 is palm muted single string. If you strum double string, it's also going to sound cool, so that's not that important. In fact, it's difficulty here on the original if he actually does play 1 or 2 strings, but it's very easy to hear that it's a loud one on the count of 1. Now, after the second beat, in other words, after you go 1 and 2 and, that and after the 2 is loud as well. So slow motion, 1 and 2 and for the rest of the bar, simply and 3 and 4 and just muted the whole way through. So if we were to play the entire first bar with D5 in place, and like I said, you can play a normal D or a D5, not that important. Only strumming strings 4, 3, and 2 overall. You're going to do something like this. Now, I'm going to count to 4, so if you want to play with, you may. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 3, and 4, and the second bar starts off with 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and so on the 4th beat, you go loud again. So if you combine first and second bar, you're going to have this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. After that, you change to the A power chord. So we're going to focus in again on your fretting hand. A normally looks like this. You're only strumming strings 5, 4, and 3. So in principle, you don't need the 3rd finger. Ring finger can be taken off. And I prefer actually putting my 1st finger flat in the 2nd fret from the 4th string down. Less fingers mean more efficiency. It means I can focus more on the change. I've got less fingers to worry about. And as we said, for the A5, now in place, I'm strumming from the 5th string and the rhythm remains the same. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that's basically your D and A covered for the verse. So as he sings, I got my first real 6th string. When he sings that, you're going from D to A to D to A to D to A to D to A 4 times in a row. So if you want to play it through with me, let's give it a go. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 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 4 and 1 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and one more time. And after that, you go to your chorus where it sings, but when I look back now, the summer seemed to last forever. Now, the chords there, B minor, A, D, and G. I'm just going to go through the chords. If you're sort of quite new to guitar, you can do B minor like this. That's sort of an easy B minor. You see the fingers nice and clearly. First finger's on the bottom string, second finger, second string, third finger, third string, and you only strum from the fourth string from here down. That's B minor. A more sort of slightly intermediate version is to bring the pinky in, and for those that like bar chords, you can convert it to a bar chord by simply placing finger 1 flat across all 6 strings, fret number 2. So easy B minor, slightly intermediate B minor, and then we end up with the bar chord B minor. For this song, it's more about the song, so whichever version of B minor you enjoy, that's the one you play. After B minor, it goes to A. You can play A like this. I've got little fat fingers, so I like to swap 1 and 2 around. Okay, so my first finger is actually on the third string, middle finger number 2 on the fourth, and ring finger also squeezed in there, fret number 2, second string. The advantage of this A is when I change to D, watch my first finger. Finger 1 is not going to move when I change to D. Here we go. See the transition? The nice thing about this A is your first finger can act as a positioning post. Otherwise, you can do this. It's not that a big difference. So whichever one you like, that's cool. G, there is an easy G. I want you to do the full G. If you're doing this song, it means you've been playing for a little bit, so I like us to get the full G going. It's much easier. Now, on the rhythm, the strumming pattern is included. It's a rhythm pattern you've used for many, many songs. You're going to use for many, many more. It's simply they're going to be B minor chord. You're going to go down, down, up, down. And then you're going to change to A. Down, down, up, down. So the rhythm, nice and easy. Down, down, up, down. And then you finish with G. So say after me, down, down, up, down, okay? And that indicates the direction of the strumming. So if I'm playing B minor and I count 1, 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down. Try and play it along with me. I'm going to play B minor twice in a row just so you can practice the rhythm if you're not sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. Now let's assume you know this rhythm. Okay, we're going to zoom out a bit there. We're going to get left and right hand together. And I'm going to play it through with this B minor just to show variations. We're going to play B minor, A, D, G twice through, and then watch what happens on the third time. Check this out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Goes to the last line when he sings, those were the best days of my... He stops dead on the A for those were the best. So as he sings the word best, he strums A once and he stops dead. If you find yourself wanting to put an extra strum in at the end, like so for example when you're playing B minor or any of the chords, instead of going down, down, up, down, if you find you want to put an extra up strum like this, down, down, up, down, up, go for it. The only reason why I left it out at the beginning is to buy us a little bit of time for the changes. I'm now going to do it with the upstroke, and it might even sound better to you. Let's try it now with that extra strum. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we got the third time. Those were the best days of... And there we go. Okay. After that comes a personal favorite. It goes... Now, let's first have a look at the chords. The chords are pretty sweet. They're nice and easy. Looking at D. You're then going to change to a D sus2, which is simply going to mean lifting up the middle finger. So D with the middle finger on, D sus2 without it. And the chord sounds like this. Here's D, and here's D sus2. Then for D sus4, you bring in the pinky and put your first middle finger back, and you go back to D. But you're going to pick these. So check what happens now if I put these chords together with the picking pattern. The picking pattern is obviously on your PDF file as well. You're picking with D in place, okay? Strings 1, 2, 3. Then you lose the middle finger for the D sus2, put the pinky and the middle finger back in place, and then return to D. So if we put them all together, we have this. So there's no pauses. And you finish off with simply D sus2, just 2 strings, and back to D. So it's 3 notes, 3 notes, 3 notes, 3 notes, 2 notes, 2 notes. And there you go. Want to play it through with me? Nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, and... And then you change to A. Now the chord shapes, again, you can play A like this as we mentioned, or like that, makes no difference. A is going to be like this. A sus2, you lose the ring finger. A sus4, 2 ways to play it. You can either put a pinky down, fret number 3, string 2, or if you find it easier, you can slide your ring finger across. So your A is going to be played from the 4th string, or strings 2, 3, and 4, and it's going to sound like this. Okay, and I'm going to show you now the left hand and right hand combined, fretting and picking hand, and you can see the fingers move there. Get a bit more zoomed in over here, get a better overview. It's going to go like the strings now. 2, 3, 4, ring finger comes up, 2, 3, 4. Ring finger goes back, and I can add the pinky, or I can slide the ring finger across, and then return to A. So the whole way through, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and you finish with the same 1, 2, 1, 2. As simple as that. Okay. Want to do the D and the A together with me? I'm going to get a more of a zoom out there so you can see both left and right hands. There's D, and let's take it through. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's going to be your bridge rhythm. Now, on your PDF is a strumming and a picking pattern. I'm not going to do the strumming with you. I want you to do the picking because it's a really good exercise. And let's see how it goes. Now, we need to keep this video under 15 minutes. The last part of the song is actually the bridge and the power chords. So you need to switch to overdrive because it actually does get overdrive. And it's going to sound something like this. It's the part where singing, man, we were killing time, and it's going to go. That's distortion or overdrive. And if you had a clean sound, it would sound like this. And if you're playing acoustic, play the normal chords. Play a normal F, B flat, C, and both are going to sound pretty cool. Okay, the power chords, if you're not sure power chords, let me know and I will send you a dedicated video on how power chords work. If you're playing acoustic and you're playing the bridge part, same rhythm, down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, up. Nice and easy. Second line, I guess nothing would last forever. You go to the C and you stay there. And after that you're back to that part of the song. Just quickly on B flat, there's your B flat shape. Again, my fingers don't squeeze in very well, so I put this and I put the pinky down or ring finger. That's my B flat. Okay, 15 minutes almost up. I think that should be perfect for a YouTube upload. And otherwise, have an awesome day. Any questions, you know my WhatsApp number. Talk to me. Have a cool day. Bye.